Hi, today we're going to explain logical operators to UVA students majoring in history. We're going to go through and explain all the logical operators and give you examples from the U.S. Constitution to help you understand them. The next logical expression is and. The statement A and B is true if A and B are both true, else it is false. The example we chose is from the preamble of the Constitution, which states that we, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves. This can be further broken down to say, establish justice and ensure domestic tranquility and provide for the common defense and promote general welfare and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves. This means that all of those statements must be true in order for the preamble of the Constitution as a whole to be true. The next logical expression is or. Next, we will do the or logical expression. The statement A or B is true if A or B or both are true. If both are false, the statement as a whole is false. For this example, we'll use Article 1, Section 3 of the Constitution, which states that the Senate shall choose their other officers and also a president pro tempore in the absence of the vice president or when he shall exercise the office of President of the United States. This means that the Senate will choose another presiding officer shall the vice president be either absent or exercising as the President of the United States. If the vice president is doing both, then the statement as a whole is also true. If the vice president is either absent or acting as president, the statement still remains true.
And the next logical operator is not or.
Another logical expression is not. The term not can be applied to any clause or any logical expression. For this presentation, we chose to do not or. We guide you to Section 6, Clause 2 of the Constitution, where it starts off by saying, no senator or representative shall, during the time for which he was elected, be appointed to any civil office, and then continues forth. This is logically ambiguous because it could be either no senator or a representative shall not be appointed any civil office, in which case the rules of the or logical expression from the previous slide would apply. But as we mentioned, this would make a logically ambiguous clause. What they meant to say was that no senator and no representative shall be appointed to any civil office, so neither of them could be appointed. This can be better worded as no senator and no representative shall, or no senator nor any representative shall. This is one example of a logical ambiguity in the Constitution.
And the next logical operator is if and only if,
which is denoted by a two-way arrow. A, if and only if B is only true if both A and B are false, or if both A and B are true, meaning both A and B must be the same thing for A, if and only if B to be true. We use the example from Article 2, Section 1 of the United States Constitution, which states that in the case of the removal of the President from office, or of his death, resignation, or inability to discharge the powers and duties of the said office, the same shall devolve on the Vice President until the disability be removed or a President is elected. This can be transformed into a logical expression by saying, the Vice President will act as the President if and only if the President is removed from the office via death, resignation, or inability to discharge his powers.
And the next logical operator is implies.
The next logical expression is implies. Implies is the connective which has the meaning if P is true, then Q is also true. For this case, we will use Section 7, Clause 2 of the United States Constitution, which states how a bill becomes a law. One of the lines says that if he approves, he shall sign it, but if not, he shall return it. This is in regards to the president signing or not signing a bill into a law. We can denote approves the bill as P and signs the bill as Q. The statement says if he approves a bill, then he shall sign it. So if P implies Q, that's the same thing as if he approves a bill, he shall sign it. So if the president does approve the bill, then we can also say that it is implied that he has signed the bill. Conversely, there's another expression called the contrapositive, which says that if not Q, then that implies not P. So in terms of this metaphor, it would be if the president does not sign the bill, then he did not approve it. This is logically correct because if not Q, so he does not sign it, implies that he does not approve it, which makes sense in real life and it makes sense logically.
And the final logical operator is
De Morgan's Law.
De Morgan's law explains how to distribute nots over ands and ors. So if the statement reads not cumulative A and B, that implies not A or not B. If the statement reads not cumulative A or B, that implies not A and not B. This can be shown through the Eighth Amendment, which states that excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishment inflicted. We interpret P nor Q as not P collective P or Q. So the statement looks like not collective excessive bail or excessive fines or collective cruel punishments and unusual punishments. Using De Morgan's law, this is equivalent to not excessive bail and not excessive fines and collective not cruel punishments and unusual punishments. This means that there is a logical ambiguity because this would mean that the statement is only true when there's either cruel punishments or unusual punishments, not both. This is another key example of a logical ambiguity in the Constitution.